Hi guys, it's SkintBoot here, and today what I'm going to be bringing you guys is a No Man's Sky video. And in today's video, what I'm going to be looking into is all of the evidence we have so far to suggest that No Man's Sky will be at E3 this year as part of Microsoft's conference this Sunday. This video is going to be a mix of both hard facts but also speculation. So as always, not much is set in stone, but we have a fair amount of information that seems to point towards an E3 sesh. But anyways, with all of that said and done, please do sit back and relax. Let's get started. Okay, so just in case you don't know, Microsoft's E3 conference starts on June 10th at 9 PM BST, which is set to do what companies usually do at E3. Announce new games, have some talks on DLC, and just generally promote their system. E3 has always been associated with new things, this sense of wonder and uncertainty that anything can happen, anything can be revealed, and this feeling is especially felt right now with No Man's Sky. The game is releasing on July 27th to Xbox One systems, we all know that, but this now means that it's officially part of Microsoft's lineup of games and no longer Sony's. Well, it technically is, but it's not exclusive. This switch, in my opinion, is much needed, but regardless of console wars, this means No Man's Sky may be able to slip into the Xbox conference. So let's look at the reasons why, and I'll start off with some speculation that actually has some factual evidence. This is heavy shit. Bit of a warning right now. Now, big shout out to Peaceful Gamer for slapping this info together. He does wonders for ARG news and theories, so feel free to drop him a follow. But this lad basically put out a theory which merges recent Waking Titan developments with the possibility of E3. So this all starts with a status command on Waking Titan showing a timestamp and an error code. Now, what I'm about to say might appear as a coincidence, however, as this theory develops, it starts to tie in a lot more, so hear me out. Now, the timestamp was written as 10.06, and in the UK's date format, this refers to the 10th of June, which, as we know, is when the Microsoft E3 showcase is. Now, some magic was done to basically receive a new updated piece of text stating forwarding report brackets Sacramento to contact brackets Themis, or Themis, however you say it. And this is when things begin to get interesting. First of all, Themis was a Greek goddess who was the organizer of the communal affairs of humans, particularly assemblies. Assemblies are usually when lots of people get together in one place to listen to a speech or some news, or, you know, just generally listen to someone talking. Think like school assemblies, which can mean E3. People do exactly that. They group together and they watch someone walk out on stage to talk about a game. It ties in quite nicely, actually. Okay, so popping back to that second message, the mention of Sacramento is also quite interesting. Now, we know that E3 this year is being held in LA in the United States, and on the map, Sacramento is 386 miles from LA. But remember Phoenix, you know, that word we heard about at the very start of the 1.4/1.5 speculation days? Well, Phoenix on the map as a location is 373 miles from LA, or E3, and Peaceful Gamer put this onto a little map with a suggestion of this being a metaphor for the release of Next. Now, this is when it gets very fucking confusing. So Sacramento is furthest west. It's on the left, LA is in the middle, you know, more south, and Phoenix is on the right, so more east. So it's like a three-part journey that starts at Sacramento, and if you interpret this to mean something a bit deeper, we can actually see this as a timeline. So Sacramento represents us now, with the word coming out being a recent development in Waking Titan. LA is E3, which is where next details could be revealed, so sort of like a midpoint, hence why it's after Sacramento. And Phoenix is the end result, which ends with the word that basically kicked all of this off and naturally would give us the next update and a Xbox release. Very, very deep shit. And again, big thanks to Peaceful Gamer for providing all of this information and speculation. It's a good ass theory. Right, so with the Waking Titan orgy out of the way, let's look at some more straightforward evidence. So this is not something which I'm going to touch on too much, but I do want to mention it, and that is that Hello Games' lead programmer, Innes McKendrick, posted a tweet giving some tips for E3. Now, this doesn't really prove anything. You could argue that he's, you know, just a developer who has experienced it and wants to let people know what it's like or whatever, but some people think this might be something a little deeper. Some people think this might be a nod to the whole E3 speculation right now. I'll let you decide, but it's interesting timing for sure. Secondly, we have the concept of a rebirth with No Man's Sky and how E3 would complete this trend. So as mentioned, the word Phoenix kicked off all of our speculation back in the early days of the 1.4 hype, and we straight away clocked that a phoenix is symbolic of rebirth, rising from the ashes into something more beautiful. And from the very beginning, we speculated that this was one huge metaphor for No Man's Sky, that this next update, before we knew it was called Next, would rebirth No Man's Sky and act as a relaunch of some sort. And remember, this was ages ago, absolutely ages ago. So applying this idea to the present day, and with all of the information we know, as in an Xbox launch, full multiplayer support, the fact that Sean actually spoke in public, most factors are indeed pointing towards some kind of relaunch with No Man's Sky. And what would be the biggest factor to complete a relaunch? E3. Start it off where No Man's Sky was first announced, go back and do E3 like you did, Sean, but with Next instead. Promote the game and show off how much it has changed. It'll be like seeing No Man's Sky for the first time again. Now this makes a whole load of sense, because if Hello Games are committed to launching on a new platform with a massive update, then it's already clear that they have major confidence to promote their game right now, and E3 would be the cherry on the top to fully realise their ambition. And finally, as previously mentioned, we have seen a change in how Hello Games operate since Next, and this may affect E3. So I'll keep this one a bit short. Sean Murray appeared on Xbox's livestream to talk to us straight up about Next and Xbox. This hasn't happened with an update ever. No one has ever spoken to us at Hello Games prior to an update releasing. Hello Games also released a teaser trailer for Next a few months back. That has never happened before. Sean Murray also had banter on Twitter for ages after the Xbox livestream. That hasn't happened since probably pre-launch and a little bit of after launch. There is clearly a shift right now in how Hello Games go about No Man's Sky with the launch of Next and Xbox, which means saying they'll be at E3 isn't even too major anymore, considering what they've done in recent times. Perhaps if you were to say this a couple months ago, if you were to go, you know what, I think Hello Games are going to be at E3 in 2018, then people would have just shut it down immediately. It just wouldn't have been true. But now, with all of this shit that's gone down, as in a Xbox live stream, as in all of the Waking Titans signs pointing towards it, more confidence, Sean doing banter, it doesn't really seem too out there anymore, and this is really, really exciting stuff. But of course, I want to know what you guys think on the matter, so please do feel free to put your thoughts in the comment section of the video. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then please do feel free to leave a like on it, and if you guys could also subscribe to MZK, then that'd be absolutely fantastic. And as always, I will see you guys on my next video. This is SkintBoot, signing out.